What if I told you the most influential force on Earth right now isn't a country? Not America? Not China? Not Russia? Let me ask you something real quick. Who do you think has the most global influence today? Type your answer in the comments. Before we go any further. A. The United States. B. China. C. International institutions. D. Something else. I'm genuinely curious what you think. And quick note. This video is an educational analysis of global power structures and digital transformation. The goal is to inform and encourage critical thinking, not promote any political agenda. Also, this is my very first video on this channel. If you like smart breakdowns without the fluff, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more than you think. Now, let's get into it. For most of the 20th century, the world was easy to understand. Two giants. The United States on one side, the Soviet Union on the other. That was a bipolar world. Two superpowers, two ideologies, two military blocs. Then in 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. And suddenly, America stood alone at the top, militarily dominant, economically powerful, leading global institutions. That era is often called the unipolar moment. For nearly 2 decades, the US had unmatched global influence. But about 15 years ago, things started shifting, and fast. This framework is inspired by geopolitical discussions shared in major global forums and policy talks, including ideas presented in global analysis discussions. So, credit where it's due. Let's simplify it. 3 major shifts changed everything. 1. Russia and strategic tension. After the Cold War, Russia was not fully integrated into Western institutions. For a country that once held superpower status, that shift created long-term strategic tension. When major powers feel sidelined in the global system, it can lead to instability. We've seen the effects of that in recent years. 2. China's rise on its own terms. The United States supported China's integration into the global economy. The assumption was simple. As China grew wealthier, it would become more politically similar to Western democracies. That didn't happen. China grew economically, massively, but it maintained its own political system and long-term strategy. That surprised many policymakers. 3. Americans felt left behind. Globalization created enormous wealth, but not evenly. Manufacturing towns struggled. Certain industries declined. Economic anxiety increased when people feel disconnected from economic growth. Trust in institutions declines. And that leads to political polarization. Now look at today's headlines. Ukraine, Taiwan. Trade tensions, political polarization, online misinformation debates. Much of today's global tension connects back to those 3 structural shifts. So here's the big question. If the world is no longer bipolar and no longer purely unipolar, what comes next? Comment below before we move on. Do you think America's still the clear global leader? Here's where it gets interesting. We're not moving toward one global superpower. We're entering a world shaped by 3 overlapping orders. And the third one might surprise you. Order 1. Security still US-led. Militarily, the United States still has unmatched global reach. It's the only country capable of deploying force anywhere in the world. China's military influence is growing regionally in Asia. Russia maintains nuclear capability. But globally, security remains largely American lead. That's about logistical capacity and alliances. Order 2. Economic shared power. Economically, it's different. The US remains powerful. China is deeply integrated into global trade. The European Union sets regulatory standards. India's rising rapidly. Japan still plays a key role. The global economy is interconnected. In fact, US-China trade volumes remain historically high. So despite political tension, economic interdependence continues. That's not a classic Cold War. That's multipolar economic power. Order 3. The digital order. Now here's the one most people underestimate. The digital order. And this one isn't run primarily by governments. It's shaped by technology companies and digital infrastructure. Think about it. Platforms influence what trends, what spreads, what gains attention. Algorithms prioritize content based on engagement. AI systems increasingly shape how political and cultural information circulates online. When we were growing up, identity was shaped by nature, nurture. Today, there's arguably a third influence: digital systems. That doesn't mean technology controls people, but digital environments absolutely shape perception, and that's powerful. Let me ask you something. Do you think algorithms influence what you believe? Be honest. Drop a yes or no below. So where does this go? There are three possible paths. 1. A digital Cold War. The US and China develop separate technology ecosystems. Different standards, different platforms, different digital rules. 2. Parallel internets. 2. Continued digital globalization. Global platforms remain interconnected. Competition continues. Innovation continues. Borders matter less in digital space. 3. A tech-driven global order. Technology companies and AI systems become major strategic actors. Data becomes one of the most valuable strategic resources in the world. Digital infrastructure influences economics, communication, and governance. This doesn't automatically mean dystopia, but it does raise serious questions. Who regulates digital systems? Who protects privacy? Who ensures accountability? Because the next global superpower might not carry a flag. It might run on code. Pause for a second and think about that. In 1989, when the Berlin Wall fell, the United States helped shape a new global political order. Today, American and global technology companies shape much of the digital order. Some digital tools strengthen open societies. Some introduce new challenges. The real question isn't just who runs the world. It's who shapes the systems that shape us. If this video made you think, hit like. If you want more deep dive breakdowns explained clearly and without hype, subscribe. This is a brand new channel, and your support genuinely matters. And before you go, final question. In 20 years, do you think governments will hold more power or technology companies? Drop your answer below. Let's start the conversation.